Hey guys, I don't know if you hear me on my headset or you hear me. Um, Siri bot is here. You hear me on my headset or you hear me live straight from the phone, or if you don't hear me at all. But please feel free to say hi. I'm just messing around with some art. I wonder if I'm gonna do something that might feel weird on camera. I apologize. Let's see what happens if I do that. Might work better as far as your visual range is. I don't know if that helped, hurt, or was just a trip around the world from my phone. I don't know. Okay, but there we are. And the girl likes music, so what music? We're gonna have a draw and jaw. Let's run our mouth. I usually do so interesting. I usually do YouTube music. So let's see if I can. YouTube music.
Getting that from YouTube.
But not whatever the crap this is. Not what I asked for. Come and rude boy, can you get it out? Come and rude boy, is you big enough? Music, there we go. But not what I'm looking for. Holy crap, what is that? I do like that. Me too. I mean, I should be able to just go straight to YouTube Music, which is a thing. It's a thing, right? I still have it listed here that Blatz gave me a shout out to 5 viewers, and I appreciated that. That was a bit ago, but no less appreciated. Where is? I'm just looking for some music, guys. I'm looking for my music. It's giving me all kinds of things and clips and stuff, but not actually what I'm looking for. So indulge me for a little bit. Yes, I'm gonna exit YouTube because I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. I know a lot of people stream on Mondays and very few people stream on Tuesdays. So Tuesdays, it is YouTube Music.
Getting that from YouTube.
So go and do the same
Let's do some inside baseball today.
bullshit it did before.
Real Estate Investment Trust, which is what Roots is.
Oh. You know we love her. Hey, Nerdy, how are you? Can you hear me? I'm like using my cell phone because I'm sitting around doing some drawing, and then of course I needed some music because okay, good. So you can hear me. Fantastic. How are you? It was so good seeing you in, where was it, in Steggy's stream? You know, I was saying to somebody, it's like we hang out for a long time and then you don't see each other for a long time and it feels like yesterday. It still feels like, oh, back in the saddle. Cooking with the kiddos. I wish my kiddo would eat more. He's all legs and arms. He's such a skinny mini, but he's just like his papa. For the kiddos. Well, that's different. You know, it's like owning cats. We work for them. And we try to, it might be competing with that music. We try to wrangle them, but you really can't wrangle cats. You can't keep cats under control. this has been my summer of art. I've been enjoying it. What did I have here? I made a joke with a friend at work that, maybe if I turn it this way, you get like the whole thing, right? I made a joke with a friend at work that I'm watching way too much K-drama, and that I was going to do some art, but I like drawing chibis and I like kawaii, so I'm drawing those stories, but as chibis. So we have like some of the classic, I don't know if you watch K-drama or C-drama, but she loves to watch the ones that have episodes and they're on Netflix and it's so deep and it's been going for 3 years. That's way too much concentration for me. I cannot commit to that level of interest. I need my dramas to be on YouTube. They have to last between an hour is best. 3 hours, I'll take it if they keep me interested. And I tell her that she has the steak and potatoes of dramas, and I like the McDonald's Happy Meal of dramas. I mean, I need the Happy Meal version. Turkish dramas. I mean, once you get hooked, it's like you're watching and 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 you're like, why am I still watching this? I know every storyline, but I'm still watching and I still get hooked, and all I need is like 5 minutes of it and then I'm in. But I feel that if I really can wear it out, I'll be sick of it. So I'm having, I don't know, I think it's like craving something, and then you have it and have it and have it until you're sick of it, and then you're like done with it. So I'm hoping that, first I'll say, hey everybody, I'm hoping that I will do it and do it and do it, and then I'll be sick of it, and then that'll be the end of it. And we'll see what happens with that. But I should dig my pencils out for all of this stuff. And then I moved my laptop from here, and my light, I just realized, was plugged in to my laptop. So that sucks balls, because there's the plug for my, and whoop, no laptop. Yesterday, I started playing, not for the first time. So with Wags, I played Helldivers a couple of days ago. He's been streaming. He's been a little bit in and out because he had a little bit of a health issue, but he's back in the saddle. Him and Snells are, I mean, he's a late stream, we're getting that California time frame. Every now and then he'll stream earlier, and that's fantastic, but most of the time it's late for me too. Like I'll get in like half an hour. I don't know how, well, I do know how because it was lockdown, but just staying up all hours of the day and night, and then functioning in the morning, which really wasn't functioning in the morning. It was just, I'm still functioning. I don't know how I did that, but he and Snells are doing quite well. I'm so happy to see him with someone for a long time, because kind of watched him with somebody that he wasn't with for a long time, and that was I'm sure it's exciting. I'm convinced that guys are attracted to crazy, and they can take crazy until crazy is so crazy that it's like, okay, someone's gonna go to jail. I don't want the someone to be me, so I'm gonna call this one. But I think that only happens sometimes. while I'm yapping, I can go on more of a tour of some artwork. I mean, I've been doing like the weirdest things. A lot of it has been just practicing and seeing what I like, what I don't like, and angles and things, and working crazy things out until I kind of like it. So I found myself making the same pictures over and over a little bit. So, and I mean, I draw pencil and paper. I don't draw on, I do have an art pad to plug into my computer, laptop, whatever. But this is what I like. I mean, I like the feel of a pencil scratching on paper. Oh, some precious moments. You mean now, okay, showing my age. Do you mean the little figurines? I used to love those little figurines. I don't know, was it that one? Very cute. I think that one's so sweet. This one I really loved. And I decided that I wanted to do this one. I saw this online or something very similar to this, and then did my own version with different details, and then decided I wanted to do it bigger. So then that's when I drew it again and was still messing with it, and I think it improves each time. And then I got a whole bunch of books that I thought that was hilarious. It's kind of like the four like friends that are like, wait, what? No. But the eyes, like working on the eyes has been eye-opening. Like I got an art book and really worked on the lessons that are in the book, and this was one of them, like improving drawing eyes. So like the eyes and eyebrows, and I draw a lot of, well, those aren't eyes, but I draw a lot of women, so I've been practicing drawing men. I have some other things I've been drawing, but since they are not necessarily, this is based on some artwork from my son, but I'm not going to show too much of that because that's his work in progress, and artists are temperamental. I really enjoyed that, but that was before I worked on what I was going to do with any of the eyes. And things keep changing. They go from doing stuff like this and doing stuff like that. So back and forth until I figure out what these I did a while ago. I'm about to go on break, so I'm sure I'll get a lot of art done while I'm on vacation, because I tend to do that in the car while we're traveling. This was a book that I found that had a very similar vibe. Oh yeah, do your thing. This had a very similar vibe to something that I was doing before, and I liked it. I found this coloring book on Amazon, so I bought that, and they had so many amazing pictures that I just personally am going to enjoy coloring those. I don't color in my art yet. I haven't gotten to that place yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. So, a blank page, maybe? Or do I want to continue working on something? I don't know. Oh, someone is texting me. I don't know if texts come across when I'm on my phone. That's, when you're like streaming from your phone, it's kind of weird. I'm like, what do people see? What don't people see? So my story here starts with a girl falls in love looking at something in a window. We don't know what that something is. Then we get the really close eyes of her, like with the heart eyes, really looking at it. And then I have a panel that I haven't finished yet, and it says, "You can only be mine," which is like a classic thing that they say in those. Then she delivers food. I have a 3 something here where they'll do hey, I have a 3 panel where like they'll give a gift. Maybe I'll do a ring, and I don't know what else, but the classic K-drama thing. And then I have 2 panels. I drew the panels before I made the story, so I don't know. It's evolving as I do it. And then something tragic happens, and we have a broken heart that will make a beautiful broken heart. And then this is supposed to actually be like a funeral thing. I don't know if this will change or not, but that's supposed to be, you know, one of the other phrases they say, which is, "What I discard, no one else can have." So then, or maybe that phrase will be here, and then we have this. And then the final panel is 2 friends talking about her, and one says, "This was like a K-drama romance," and the other one says, "But wasn't this about a fish?" And that's the crazy of this story. It's supposed to be that she started out like falling in love with a fish, and we know that fish are, and not to offend all the fish lovers, I'm not saying don't love your fish and treat your fish well, but we know that fish are starter 5-second pets. They don't last. That love is for a moment, not a lifetime. and it's supposed to be how she fell in love with this fish, and she treated it like she would a boyfriend, and then the fish died because 5-minute pet, and how they're like, this was so dramatic. Why was this so dramatic about a fish? And then that's like the whole thing. So I'm enjoying the arting. Again, I said I would have more light, but my light was plugged into my laptop, but I moved my laptop from the desk, and so now I don't have anything to plug. I don't have anything to plug the light for the laptop into. Oh, I could get my battery though. I could get my battery. I don't know. I almost put on Helldivers. I was like ready to jump back into it. I was like, that was so good. It was so good. I was the weakest link. They were protecting me. I appreciate the protection. I just, if I could, my holder and the phone not be so ridiculously angled. I'm here somewhere. Okay. Hey! And it's gonna make me look weird. Well, that's a weird proportion a girl doesn't really find flattering. And I don't find the phone a flattering. A girl doesn't like it. Okay. But I enjoy doing Helldivers. It's not my original kind of game to play because I'm not a manager of inventory and that kind of thing. But they made it fun. They absolutely made it fun. I would do that again. I was happy to be a part of Boys Night, Monday Night Boys Night. Good times. I had the best time. I had such a good time. as indicated by I was up until 1 in the morning and had to get up at 5:30 in the morning and didn't get up at 5:30 in the morning. But I did make it to work with like 2 minutes to spare before I would have had to clock in late. So I was hauling this morning, but I slept so late. It was borderline. It was borderline. I'm gonna have to take the hit, and can't say that I wouldn't do it again, because I would. I'd do it again. I'd be late. And Monday night is usually my magic night, and I have not gone to play magic in so long that, though I miss my, and at some point I have to do a stream and just go through all of the, I've purchased and purchased and purchased, and I haven't used like foundations, and I found someone that had what was it that I just bought, and I was like, I can't believe they had it. A Lord of the Rings. It was a Lord of the Rings deck that I found in a Micro Center, and Lord of the Rings sold out so long ago. It was a Commander deck, and I was just like, mine. It's done it too many times, been on the border, and that border up. I gotta clock it. Boom. Made it. What sucks is when you're like 2 minutes late. You got there and you had the 2 minutes, fantastic. The 2 minute late, I feel like, well, fuck it. If I was gonna be 2 minutes late, I should have been 15 minutes late and stopped for coffee or something. But yes, I got a magic one, and I don't know what else I picked up something else, but all of it is like stuff I have to. I need to justify the buying of cards, or I need to stop buying cards, and I find myself unable to stop buying cards, so I'm gonna have to justify the buying cards, which means I have to play, and my play night is Monday night, and there is the full circle on that. Okay. What do we drink? Do we drink, I'm just like, that angle. All right, better angle. But you see, guys, don't worry about this when you're streaming. Ooh, nope, don't cross your legs. Hey! This dress is perfectly acceptable when standing and a little scandalous when sitting. All right, and I am not a spring chicken, so scandal, not a good thing. I want beer. I thought I was going to do coffee, and I did coffee. I had a shaken iced espresso with coconut milk, and it was divine. But I think right now calls for beer. And I don't know what I'm having for dinner. And today is I am on vacation officially. When I clocked out from work, I am officially on vacation until August 25th. So was that 12 days? I took 12 days off. 12. 4 of which will be the vacation with the family. Leave the house, pack the suitcase, leave. The rest will be staycation. Well, 2 days I'm working at the ballpark. So there's that. And then the rest is staycation at home. And I'm going to redo my living room. And if it actually happens, I might broadcast something. But it's a big job, and I'll have to say, it is one of the relics of lockdown. My living room just became unlivable. It was livable during lockdown, but it became unlivable after, as everything that we were cleaning out from other places ended up in my living room. And then my living room has become unusable in a real way. And now I'm ready to not feel like I'm hoarding things, but they're all like useful things and beautiful things. And I think all that time of not being able to buy stuff, then you end up overbuying stuff that you really didn't need. And now we're all going through this we're all going through quasi hoarderish behaviors of getting things we don't need and won't use. We want it, but we only want it in the moment. And if we had challenged ourselves a little bit, we probably wouldn't have bought it. And so that's where I am now. I am sweating like a crazy person right now. Okay. That's not glistening. That's just hot. I don't know. I feel like I need some ambient music. I have like a crap load of glitter, but I'm not going to do a glitter thing. So, ooh, I heard a ping. I don't know what pinged. Boy, you're going to get a lot of this with a phone. You're just like, and I'm in your face. I don't mean to be in your face, but it's like, and all of a sudden, I'm in your face. What was I saying? I was saying something. That it's hot? That I want beer? Is it wrong for me to make my 14-year-old go get me a beer from the fridge? Or is that just the way it was back in the day when we used to go and get our parents? I used to buy my aunt's cigarettes from the store. I used to pick up my mom's beer. But when you went to the store, like, the guy knew that it wasn't for you. They knew you were shopping for the adult in the house, and you got your change and you got your receipt because whoever it was said, and make sure you get it right and bring my money back. And they just knew. I mean, oh, was it 11:45 p.m.? You were up really late with us yesterday as I blast you on stream. I hope that's okay. You were up really late. I feel like that when I'm talking to my friends in California. It's like it's only 5 for them, and I'm just like, it's time for me to go to bed. I'm laying down and watching you. I'm going to fall asleep watching you. And definitely when we're hanging with the Aussies, it's just like, okay, I'm in bed and I'm probably going to sleep. Always up till 4. I had a problem with staying up recently. I don't know if it's just old timers or what, but I'm just so tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. And I'm like, I got so much to do, I can't go to sleep. No, I want to go to sleep. And I have some better living through pharmaceutical type legal in my state stuff. Legal, adult stuff. But I don't like to do it too often. So, but when I do, I keep my energy for the rest of the day. I think, I just finished getting a pin that says no one should go to jail over a plant. But, that's taking liberties. There are plants you shouldn't mess with. Anyway, rambling. So what are you going to do are you doing anything interesting? I can talk about anything. As you can see, I've already for half an hour rambled about nothing. It's like a Seinfeld episode. It's a show about nothing except me drawing and me running my mouth when I'm drawing. And then I all of a sudden I said, oh, I'm going to draw, and now I don't feel like drawing. Excuse me. And I don't want to paint, though I do paint. Haven't painted in a while. What are we going to do? I also need to plan. I have a friend who just got a new job as a guidance counselor, and I wanted to make her something. I really want to redo this guy again for her on a canvas. Maybe I need one of those mirror things, and I can sketch it on the canvas and then complete it or finish it as a charcoal drawing and smudge and whatnot and put it under glass. And I had a phrase with it, and the phrase is, the things that make you happy don't have to make sense to anyone else. And I know she's so cute, and she's sitting under her little tree, and she's just sitting there. It's very cute, and then the other thing is like the classic catch in K-dramas. I'm K-dramaing. But I think it's so cute, and she's a new, fully fledged guidance counselor, and I always love motivational things. So maybe I will finish this up and then go to like a dollar store. We have a store called Dollar Tree. But after COVID, Dollar Tree is no longer $1. It's $1.25. So now it's like $1.25 Tree is the is the joke name, but it's still called Dollar Tree. It's kind of like Dollar Plus Tree. So I probably will go to $1.25 Tree and get something. I just finished. So there's my K-drama guy. One of my not quite drama girls. I'm working on it. I don't know. I've been feeling these like fat lip things, but I'm not loving it. A lot of my drawings, they kind of start out like this before you start to put in the details, and you get to some kind of detail that keeps going. As you can tell, I like a bushy eyebrow. I don't know where I was going with the eyes, but something will end up. And then that was my first like in drawing, like cartooning out something and having like panels, and those panels are so fancy, and then I was just like, I don't need fancy panels. I don't need animations. I just don't know. I certainly don't know how to do them, and I would love to learn how. Like some of my little girls, I'm still figuring out some characters from my storyline. Oh, I like that one. I didn't finish. As you can see, her groom has no head, or her date. Her date just has a circle as a head at the moment. It's a fat head. I would love to do animation. I always wonder, like, even though, like, when you're doing animation, do you have, like, I have, I don't know if that's like a good one, right? So I have my two characters, but then I want like their heads to move or for something to happen, and I have to draw every panel that makes it go from whatever it was to this, or from this to whatever. So I have no idea how animation happens, and then I was sitting in a coffee shop working on that about an hour ago. I could work a little more on that. My guys are getting better. My guys aren't great. Yeah, so does that, it's like I make the drawing, and then is another drawing that has small changes, and then you finally get to a point where you've got like all the changes that have happened. I would love to do it. Blender. Huh. Yes. Someone showed me Blender. I was like, that's a little more program than I. I am a situational tech and situational program user. So I say that I know a lot about what I need to know about, and I don't know any other part than the part I needed to know about. And this summer was a luxury because I'm never this mentally free, but because I didn't take any classes this summer, I'm able to just use my energies towards whatever. I've been practicing some Spanish. I still can only say hola, buenas, buenas tardes, buenos dias, ¿qué tal? Something todo. I have to practice, but I did get like one of those AI guys where you talk and it talks back to you, and I like it. That I like because I feel like it's listening to me pronounce and putting me in small conversations. So I feel like I'm hearing myself talk. Anyway, however, animation. Yes, so I do need to learn how that's done because I really want to do it. And my son is an artist and he does a lot of storyboarding also, but it feels more like all the storyboarding would lead to like a comic strip or a graphic novel type thing and not necessarily something that is turned into a moving image. So I'll be very interested in, and if you're learning in public, beautiful. And if you're not, and feel like sharing on Discord, I would love to hear how the journey progresses to get to that place where you're animating something. I mean, you could always AI it if I give it enough information and it's something that doesn't distort what I'm doing. I'm sure that I could get something, but I'm gonna be that. Joseph, could you go and get? I think my coffee is sitting in the kitchen.
Which cup is it?
Clear. On the counter? Let me see. Hold it up. Nope. Nope.
This one?
Is there one next to that one?
This one?
Is there another one next to that? In a clear cup? Or on this table?
This one?
No, in a clear cup, not the blue one. No? Okay. Nope.
This one?
Oh, awesome. I really appreciate when people share in public because it can be difficult to learn anything, but I think that people don't attempt to learn it because they find it difficult and they feel foolish. And really, I'm here to show you we all feel foolish. So, and if someone says they don't feel foolish, start trying something new. They're not necessarily being forthright. I'll give an out. That'll sound better in the transcripts. But we all feel a little silly when we start something new. And then if we don't get it right or whatever, and someone witnesses us not being at our best, we judge ourselves harshly. But learning has a curve to it, and I learned how to make soap. I learned how to make bath bombs. I learned how to glitter wine bottles. I'm learning how to draw. You know, the pictures didn't always look like they do now, and they still don't look as good as they could in the future. But you've got to make some terrible things before you say, look how much I've grown from persevering. I think people get to, there's like, you're from here to here, and there's a halfway point, and people get to just past the halfway point and decide something's too hard and then turn back instead of just keep pushing through, because you're going to do it and then it's hard and then it's going to get harder and then you're going to have a breakthrough. But people they get past Monday, they get past Tuesday, They get past Monday and then they're on Tuesday and they turn back instead of going to that next day where Wednesday you were going to have a bump or a breakthrough or something. And then, your circle, I explained it to my son, is there's a circle of knowledge and everything you know is inside the circle. And then there's something you need to know that's outside the circle. And then all of a sudden you learn that thing and your circle gets bigger. And it's not that something got easier. You just got better. It's still hard. But you did it, and now that knowledge belongs to you. So, thank you for everyone that increases their circle in public. We should be talking about something. I mean, this is really, I'm really on to run my mouth. When I say it was drawing and jawing, I'm just running my mouth because I'm here and the house is quiet. What do we talk about? I mean, no one wants to talk about K-dramas with me, though I could talk. It's my new obsession. I could talk about education, but I talk about education all year long. People, your kid in high school is not your kid in middle school or your kid in elementary school. It's a totally different ball game, and treat it like such. Because if you use checker skills on playing chess, you're getting nowhere. I haven't watched anything crazy. Sometimes I'm like, something crazy to talk about, like The Golden Bachelor. I mean, the last time I had a good chat, it was The Golden Bachelor, and I thought that was the most ridiculous show I'd ever seen. Who the hell? I mean, it's one thing to be an idiot in a relationship at 20-something, but at 60-something? Come on, get your shit together. Anyway, I mean, that was just. Hey! Ooh, hello, Sparkle. We need to. I'm not gonna. How are you? As you get to see me sitting here. I was drawing. I was about to draw. I didn't grab my pencils. You know what? Let's grab some pencils. Let's just grab some pencils. I don't know what I said. Grab some pencils. Also, I am ridiculous about pens. I collect pens, markers, highlighters of every little crazy size and type, and it is ridiculous. It is my absolute. There's another one. And all my junk for my stuff that I'm doing. It is my obsession, and I do not feel bad about it. Okay, pencils, and which one is this? That's a color pencil. No, I want pencils. Okay, we can art with that. Okay. Oh, one more. I don't know what kind of sharpening. I feel like I need ambient sound, but I kept looking on my thing for it, and I don't know. Spank the butters. Pat the butters. It's a pat of butter. Pat the butters. And this is me not having the beer that I wanted. Me without the beer. I really, okay. That part. Alright, we're going to, ridiculous. I can have no, that's not going to be what I want, I'm sure. Yes, it is what I want. Okay, never mind. Beer sounds good though, right? Okay, so let's move this out of our way. I have to get some new glasses. I feel like my glasses are all... You know, when you have plastic frames and then the heat from your body kind of softens them up. Plus, I've had these for a long time. So I feel like this t-shirt dress it really looks good when you're standing up, and it's getting a little scandalous sitting down. At any rate, as you can tell, I'm like affected by seeing myself on stream, as many of us are. Okay, I've put this up and out of the way. Let's focus on, let's make a picture together. Let's make a picture together. And then we'll also get some beer. And we'll also get some, unfortunately, just because of what I'm using my phone, it's going to be this really weird upside down view of what I'm doing, which is kind of crazy, but that's the angle that okay, not my lap. Not my lap. So you're gonna have like this weird upside down. Okay, my phone came off the thing. Weird upside down angle of my art. I really have to do this on my computer so I get a better everything. Okay, but you're gonna get it upside down. All right, and I made a beer. Okay, so beer. B-Rar, be right back. Nothing. I think you're on my headset, so I think you still hear me even now. I'm at my refrigerator now. Where's my coffee? Where did I set my coffee, Joe? I brought coffee with me. And I really just, what are you doing? Okay. I really, did I sit? I sat on this. Duh. Hi. How about you go in the refrigerator and find the coffee? That's where the beer is too. So, okay, as I sip the coffee, I want beer. You sure you're alright, sweetie? You good? Okay, so we need more light on the subject as well. So how do I solve? Oh, I know how I solve that too. Let me get my portable battery. Good coffee. Battery. Okay. And whoa, let there be light. But that's a lot of light, so no. And let's change that to like, okay. I am looking at the cutest girl on my R&B radio station on YouTube. So, you know what? We're gonna use her as a oh, here's the beer. I am an adult. Enjoy responsibly. Okay, the Schafferhofer has entered the building. Cheers. Oh, so good. So good, so good, so good. It is so, and it is ice cold. Ice cold and delicious. Okay, so let's take a clean sheet. Graduation. I'm using this as my fan. I would turn on the AC, but the amount of noise would just be ridiculous. So let's just hear and sweat like a pudding in a picnic. Alright, so we're gonna put this on. I like this one too. I just like a big art book. I like a tiny art book. I carry a little mini art book. Every size is acceptable to me. Okay, she's adorable, so we're gonna start with what I usually start with. So you have a light circle. Definitely, she'll have her neck down here, and we'll do a. I start pictures from the weirdest places. In my mind, I think it's the weirdest place, but I'm sure, you know, we all start our projects from places that kind of make sense to us, and this will set proportion for me also. And I'll definitely show everybody the inspirational item when I'm done. Right, and then let's that's just a suggestion. We'll come back to that. So here we have, now I'm doing my kind of chibied version of this face. It's going to come out wider. I think I commit to my lines earlier than I should. Doesn't feel exaggerated enough, but I'm gonna go with that. And then this will come so we have so I'm gonna be a little singy as I concentrate here. I hope everybody's having a great time. Blue moon upon, oh, blue moon, agreed. Blue moon. I don't know if everyone's got a good look at this. I think you've got it though. I don't like to do too much here because we're gonna mess with the hairline, right? The thing about a so somewhere this usually falls below the eye. In chibis, the eyes are like big things. The nose is like, okay, that's the whole nose. Or I like to just do a thing, and then the lips are like, it's like a really small fitting inside the eyes, mouth, right? But the eyes are the big ones. Woohoo! Blue moon for the win. I'm going to have a really hard pencil because I'm just using a regular pencil and not like a soft pencil. Not quite getting the... I know I've stopped talking. Sorry, everyone. We'll improve that as we go. And then she has these big eyebrows. My inspiration in front of me here. Clearly this is an AI face, or it is a sweetened face of someone. I don't know how I feel about it, and the reason I don't know how I feel about AI generated faces is because it's very much like looking at a face in a magazine. We don't want to give people, before it was mostly women, but I think men are feeling this too, this idealized version of humans that not doesn't exist, never existed. And so now you feel bad about yourself over something that never was. It never was. And you're reaching for something that even when, I grew up with a father who is a professional photographer. Those images are unobtainable. Even the what I capture in my camera is a moment in time. It's a moment. I come from my father, no filters. So, there's some who even feel that filters are, because there's ways to cheat. You see people doing videos online where they show you ways to cheat things in camera. You don't have to do a lot of crazy post stuff. But, very interesting. But what happened was, for many years, you have women who saw fashion magazines, and you see these beautiful women in fashion magazines that don't look like that themselves. And now you're trying to be something that really is not real. And I think we have a lot of young people who are having emotional challenges comparing themselves to things that never existed, right? That never existed. Okay, so a lot of detail. I've committed to these eyebrows. I think I've committed. That's a challenge for our young people. We want them to be healthy and for them to know that who you are is enough. But we can't then turn around and idealize some things. So not exactly similar eyebrows. You make perfect eyebrows and then you kind of have to mess them up for them to start to actually look like something. So I think we'll come back to that. This will change because I feel like that might be a little too low. But the big eyes is the thing, right? The big eye is really the thing. And it should come flat across there. And then it's going to come down like that. Right? Then it's going to come back this way. The reason why I'm looking for that shape is I'm going to round it up there is because I want this corner over here, but that corner should fall down here somewhere, I think. And then it's going to do this, and it's not going to go all the way over. It's just going to stay out here somewhere. And then we'll clean that up. It's very big. It's very big. Might take that in a little bit to there. I like that a little better, right? But we don't want it to touch back to the eye. I'm going to stay there. And then we'll come back this way. And there we go. Again, it's like where do you start in your, and you see we started over there, we started here and then kind of gave ourselves a face. Most of the face is taken up by the eyes. So not unusual that, there's concern more around the eyes. We'll keep rounding that. Really, the eyebrows should be up higher, but I'm gonna leave them there. For our, if I love it, what usually will happen is I will draw this again, and in the second drawing of it, I will come to a place that I make little changes. And we're not going to come past there, so everything else can go. Boom, 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 right? And some of that bottom on the eye. And there we go. We've got some kind of eye happening there. That didn't take us too long, I think. I think that's got a lot more gap happening, but eyes are not the same. Your eyes are not the same. So, I'm alright with a slight difference, but clearly we need to, I'm gonna end up fussing with it again, so I'm gonna stop fussing with it right now. Okay. I miss those pencils. They used to have the little brush on the other side. I'm sure I could find them somewhere. So now let's talk about some. Over here, we're gonna see a little bit of ear. Ears. If you look at your face, your ear is kind of the middle, a little bit like the middle of your eye is where it hits, somewhere around here. Somewhere in there, but we're not going to really do much. The hair is going to cover a lot of that, and her face is not really, it's slightly angled. This is gonna, I don't know, I feel like I want to lose some of that here and here and there, right? So let's whoop. We're gonna tighten that up. And then I have a whole lot of that happening that I don't need anymore. Should have had my other, not happy with these. Let's move over to some other pencils. I'll use this one. Okay. Maybe I'll be a little happier with a change in pencil. And different eraser. I know I'm not going to want any of this. So why don't we just, while we're cleaning things up, have a clean up. So Dreamer, if you're still around, what are you looking to animate? I'd love to do that pencil, but that pencil has Let's come out where has no point. Hi. Sharpener. I love a set that comes with everything. And we're just gonna put that over here to the side. You know what? That's gonna make me crazy. I have an electric sharpener. Electric sharpener time. And leg stretch. We really don't want a whole ear, we just want that little bit of her ear on this side, which is going to be home to an earring. Alright, so I think this larger one I like better than the smaller one. We're going to go a little bigger there because bigger is better. These speakers go to 11. I had something, what game was it? Is it Helldivers? Where you look at the audio setting and the audio setting goes to 11, and I was just like, that was so Spinal Tap. I had like a Spinal Tap moment. I thought it was cute. Just do one of those things, and there you go. It was really interesting. Animation to your Synthritis. Oh, okay. Ah. Alright. So, here's my challenge now. The hair. I'm so all over the place when it comes to drawing hair. It's like, do you want swirly hair? My reference has curly hair, but I even like went and got myself online like a reference of hair. But all of this is straight hair, and what I have on my screen is curly hair. So that becomes very challenging. Curly hair is complicated and wispy in places. So we're gonna kind of have big shape and then find how we get the details, right? So somewhere in here is somewhere there's always kind of a part either actual or suggested. And there's going to be hair that really comes all the way. And you see, once people aren't bald anymore, they start to come to life, right? All of a sudden now there is a face in there. And the curly hair will take time because you're figuring out some shapes. Everyone has their thing that's therapeutic. This is my therapeutic. Chance that it's just me and whatever. Ooh, beer. We've had to hydrate. Really? Picky when you're playing it. I have no idea what my audio for this sounds like at all. Picky in what you're listening to when you're playing, like the sound of the game you're playing. Picky in when you're designing something. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Everyone's gonna have to get my very human sounds. I'll be doodling with this hair for a long time. Let's go to the image I have here. Though in these images, usually you do a small mouth is a large mouth. So I'm going to go in my book to a reference here. It's not in this book. No, it is in this book. No, it's not in this book. Of some large lips that I drew that I liked. Because, again, you just keep improving on something that you liked. But until you are just making these things, they're just part of your tool chest of things you do in whatever it is you do, right? You go, oh, I know how to do that. So that came in and then go back out again. Since the nose is kind of there, we'll make the bow right there. Which means we're going to connect here. I mean, they're very large lips. And there we go. Round the other way. You know what? No, because they do a thing. Okay, so we're gonna take away most of that, right? Because as I look at our reference, not that we're gonna be, it's just a reference, right? We're gonna do that. It has a thing like that. And then we're going to do a thing like that, right? And now, that line was just to get us past the point. So we had that, and then we had that. It's a little bigger on this side than the other side. How clean it. Oh, I feel like it's so dark. Okay, I'm gonna put it back, but I'm not 1,000% happy with this pencil either. Not happy with the pencil, so I continue. Okay. Glasses are falling off of my face. Like, I have the glasses on my face, but I'm looking at this over my glasses. So why not just take the glasses off? And stop looking like Mrs. Peabody with the glass. Peeking over, I don't know why I call Mrs. Peabody. But looking over the glasses, which makes no sense, right? Okay, so... And she... Okay, that's why I have my glasses, so I can see my reference. Her lips are doing like a thing. I don't know if I can really get to that place where I mean, her lips are beautiful, and I don't do realistic drawing. I don't do realistic drawing. I mean, full stop. That sentence didn't need more to it. It's like, I just don't do realistic drawing. So there we are. We're somewhere. We're gonna be kind of almost meeting. Her lips do a thing where her mouth is open. somewhere. I'm not good at, I'm still learning like thatching, that little crosshair thing that you do. And then, not that I'm ready for that right now, but I'm going to grab it. Then you kind of do a thing with your, to do a thing, you know. Not that I was really ready for it right now, but this is just a practice guy anyway. We're gonna learn from this and then grow from it. You know, I mean, the same thing happens with the eyes. Because I think we've kind of are getting to a place at the moment. Like that eye, I think, turned out better than this one. But we're getting there. You like to hear every sound. You know, when I was playing last night, I could not hear game sound, like my, excuse me, for some reason my headphones that I usually listen to, that I use for everything, and I hear everything fantastic, I couldn't get the game sound on my, and can you imagine, you know, I'm playing Helldivers and I have Mortal saying things to me like, oh yeah, you can hear it just before it spawned. Well, I couldn't hear anything before it spawned because I couldn't hear game sound. I literally was hearing the game through their microphone on Discord. And we got to a point like about 15 minutes before we signed off, and we were doing the end of the last run, and my phone died, so I lost Discord. And it was so weird because I still had the game on my computer, and I'm on my desktop, and I'm playing the game. I can't hear my teammates who were giving me instructions, especially as a new player, and I couldn't hear what was happening in game. It was so, it was like playing Synth Riders and losing the what do they call that? The haptics? You know, when you're like getting feedback when you hit the note. It felt like all of a sudden which I did, like I lost some senses and was playing the game in this really weird way. And it was definitely not as enjoyable. It was only like, when I say not even 15 minutes, like 10 minutes left in the game, and we got in the thing and took off. Like we all got into the airplane, the aircraft, and took off. And but so weird to all of a sudden feel alone and not be getting I already was not getting the true cues and clues from the game sound, which clearly they spent a lot of time figuring out to enhance your gameplay. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. You know, they give you communications because you need it to play the game. You need the communication. So it was interesting. I didn't like it. Clearly, if they were continuing to play, I would have to bow out because I could really contribute nothing. I couldn't really contribute. So it was interesting. It was interesting. know I've moved it around, but I would not mind a time lapse of doing something like this. I know when you do this on your computer and it's recording your strokes, that you can do like a playback, which is very cool to watch the process and also to watch your process, because I can't really take myself outside of my process. It just, how do I do it? I don't know, I just do it, right? But to watch it happening as a third person kind of thing, I think is so interesting. Okay. And let's do this. Oh, I'll put it here because I'm trying not to lean on my picture as I draw the picture, right? So you don't want to mess up your picture as you're working on it, which is something that happens when you're doing, thank you, that's something that happens when you're doing artwork. No one pays me any mind or attention, which is why when on my stream you'll hear my whole life happening, because who am I? Who am I? Who be me? Nothing. Nobody. I am no one. Thank you, Mama. Alright, so again, could use a lot more would happen. But there's she's come along quite nicely. Now the question is, as we keep going, so I've added details and I don't know, why are you screaming? Where did you get it? Go see your grandmother. I'm streaming. Go. Everybody in there across the whole world are hearing your grandmother yell at you. Go. Stay out of my room. My goodness. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. My baby is in for a rude awakening because school is about to start. I understand with those commercials, they're just like, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And here in New York, they just finished putting out a law that cell phones are banned in school and must be secured from, you gotta listen to everybody hack up along as well. It must be secured from bell to bell. So what does from bell to bell mean? It means from the beginning of first period until the end of ninth period, they may not have access to internet-enabled personal devices. Well, you might as well tell a teenager you want them to cut off a few fingers, because we got kids that are making TikToks in the hallways, and they're chatting with their friends in class, and but we have kids that need their phone for translation. They're going to have to get a school device in order to do those legitimate things. There's always exceptions, so anyone who wants to argue outside of the mean, exceptions are always a thing. Can't get by without them. So, I think that Let's see how much I can navigate my phone. We're going to get some weird angles here for famous people. So, hey. All right, my thing is falling off of. Okay, so okay. There's my reference. There she is. And there's my picture. So I think it was nice. You know, my excuse me, my picture definitely not meant to be realistic, just meant to be, you know, to hit a reference of that beautiful image there. So pretty cool. I mean, I think pretty cool. So let's put you back on my holder here. So 1:37 into sitting around and chats with Butters. I think that it was a good run. I mean, fun. I'll spend more time, you know, again, she has a lot of curly hair, so that'll take a while of filling in, and I would make the eyes more detailed and bold, and work on the hair, work on the little sweaterish part down in the neck. So thank you for joining me for a little like an hour 45 of just hanging out. I don't know who is doing what or around, because Tuesday is a quiet day on a Tuesday for people to hang out. You know, that's just not their hangout time. Let's edit. I'm going to change this to be that's not what I wanted to say. Let's have just yes, I am. Okay. She said he didn't have to present.
He said he had a little bit more to do.
Okay, so Joseph, if you know what you have to do, then just do it.
Yeah, but you have
All right, at another time. Again, no one pays any attention that worldwide. Here you go. Worldwide. This is my life. Okay. And then I have a delivery. So I'm doing something. So why not for the world? I don't think I ordered any drawers, so even if I did, I probably show you because they're not on me, so big whoop. Oh, stuff for my nail stuff. Nail stickers, semi-curved nail strips. Nail strips, and nail strips. And that's all that is. Nothing earth-shattering about my nails arriving. Okay, nails are already done. Won't be using them anytime soon. So, nails are done. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone love those. It's like, ooh, they're sparkly on the tip, and they're nice and short, which I love, so I can function. So wait, they always have those like classic poses that you do to show your nails. Okay, there's one. I think there's one. Ooh, they do. They sparkle. It's like right up your street, right? Sparkly nails. I just like that I can still function with them. That they're not like outrageously long. And I wash my hands a lot, so I just resolve myself to the fact that if, because of the coating, they kind of lose some of its sparkle, is what it is, because the hands will be washed. And then these are more like just neutral colors, and then you use the UV light on the stickers, and they make them hard. Let's see what this one says. Yeah, like you put it on, and then you UV light them, and then they're hard, and then you shape them, like you cut them and shape them. Some of these are, you can't see it with this one, but some of the nails are like full sparkles, and then some are just the color. They're usually naked. Yeah, I work with my hands a lot too. I like to craft, but I've been a little daintier of late. Even though, I'll crack them in a minute, and I don't want to do $80 nails that I know I'm going to be so hard on them that they're going to break, and I'm going to be upset that I spent that kind of money. So I've been doing, these are, what company? I just got these done. I think not Sally Hansen. There's one company that really does all the nails, and you find them in the drugstore, and I get those, and they maybe cost me about $10. They last about 2 weeks, and my nail doesn't take the hit. This, and it's $10, 20, maybe $20, $25 a month, compared to spending not even 25, like maybe $20 a month, and compared to me spending $90 every 6 weeks. Spa day, yeah, and like the nail part can just be, let them care for your nails, and then go and get these are the press-ons, but I do them with, I get better glue. Like I get the expensive pink glue and take my time and put them on, and they really last, and they're protecting my nails underneath instead of putting all that acrylic and stuff on my own nail. So I'm looking forward to maybe, since I just got these done, they probably won't get done again. At least 14 days. And then I'll get mani-pedi and be ready for back to school. I like to take a day off when school is back in session to have my own day, so maybe that will happen. Ooh, a butter break. Take a butter break. Oh, good beer. How's that Blue Moon treating you? Oh, excuse me, good beer. Good beer. I don't know. Did Dreamy say what they were drinking? I don't think I got my husband's badge I wear. I don't think Dreamy told us what he was drinking. Boxes of books. Does anyone have a library of books anymore? I had so many, and during Halloween, while everyone around gives out candy, my mom gives out books. And People are always so thankful to come by and get books for the kids, and we also have a few books for the adults. And it's a way for me to get rid of books and not feel like they went to a new home. But I love the feel of a book. I'm not really a Kindle person. Even with my textbooks, it's like, oh, you get your digital textbook, and then I always inevitably ended up buying a hardcover. Like, I bought the digital access, and then I bought and it's like, why did you buy the digital access when you knew that I want to turn a page, I want to make a note in a margin, I want all those things. So it's like, excuse me, why did I bother with, just the digital? Now, I will buy an audiobook and listen to it, but when it's for a class, I still, with the audiobook, ended up buying the physical book because I want to take notes in the margins and post-its in. And if it's something for my major, like I wanted to be able to refer back and put it as a part of my reference library. Physical books, yeah. Especially school books, exactly. I need the physical. I want to touch it. Let me touch it. Can I touch it? Can I touch it? It's like, I want to touch it. I know there's other things I could be doing, and I really don't want to. I want to work with the boy on whatever the project is. Whatever the project is. You ever feel, I mean, maybe they don't get to that place where you feel like, I don't either. I don't want to sit at my computer and just look at something and look something up. And most of the time, if I grab the book, I've tabbed the page. I have like little magnetic bookmarks. I have like regular old-fashioned bookmarks, and then you have like the post-its the flag post-its, or I like to make notes. And I have found that as I went deeper into my major, I went back to, when I say this is a mess I have to deal with, it's a mess I have to, all crafting behind me. When I say it's, I'm using the book that I'm using for class, and then I'm writing some other thing. I'm sitting here looking if I see one right here to hold up, but I don't. And then I'm like, oh, there was like a really good point that goes along with the point I'm trying to make right now, and it was in this other book. And then I go to get the other book because I want to incorporate it. And if I have to dig on a computer and and sometimes when you buy the digital version of a textbook, you only have it for 90 days or 180 days or something, and I want at the price you're charging me, I want it. And it helps to write it, yes. As you can see, I'm a fan of a physical writing device. Not that I dislike the digital or the stylus and the thing, or there's something on the Mac Procreate. Lovely, love it. I love to learn it. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to. But, however, there's something to be said for doing the physical thing of it. Yeah. Just the reading it, you learn it in one way. The writing it, you learn it in another way. The talking about it, you learn it in yet another way. Right? And explaining it, discussing it and explaining it. So you really get to know it. And I know why, you know, when you're in class, there's the taking of notes, there's the lecturing of something, the taking of notes, the discussing with peers, and the writing of papers. Those are all different formats to the learning. And here's my boy. Yes, sir.
Can I have some grams?
You can. I'm going to finish up, and you may have some grams. Someone is looking for a snacky snack. Is it? Because I have not tried doing it yet. I'm looking forward to doing it, but I haven't tried it in a real way. I've only tried it in a, oh, this is interesting little way. And I know I've seen a lot of people online who just make it look so amazing. And I think that if you're looking to make, you know, if I wanted to take my picture and all of a sudden I want the eyes to be smaller, I want to mess with the hair, or, you know, I did one eye and then I want to duplicate that, I want to mirror it as the other eye, I could just mirror it instead of now I have to draw it and have like and do a thing where I'm seeing, am I blocking it, you know, the right way, or I made this eye cover on there and I'm thinking, oh, I want you to really see that that eye is closed and I want to angle it differently. You can do all that when it's digital, and when it's like this, you're either drawing it again, which is why I'm drawing things over and over again, or you're erasing this and making small changes, which I've been doing that too, but there's a lot of drawing stuff over and over again until it becomes what you're looking for. It's interesting. I mean, I have a lot of practice things that even if you do this digitally, I don't think that this artifact is left afterwards. So it's kind of, you've done it and then you've corrected it, and your final product is there, but not necessarily everything you did to get to that final product. Illustrator. Illustrator is available to me. I haven't tried it. I'm kind of leaving that for the young artist in my household to show me how these things are. For this generation, I am a happy trees, and we're gonna put a few happy trees here, and there are no mistakes at all. Hi, look, Chris. We were doing art, and we were doing art and yapping with Butters. That's me. And I've switched back to flapping my lips and drinking my beer. We're drinking a beer. So good, so good. Cheers, so good. You drinking anything, LaChris? LaChris. Meow. Cheers. I mean, I love art, everything. I bought a paint by numbers. Why a paint by numbers? I don't know. I think because I've just never did it, and I saw it at the art place, and I said, oh, vacation, I'm gonna paint. I know it's got some crappy little paints in it. I know it's got some, probably, I haven't even opened it. It's Artist Loft, which I think, what, is a Michaels brand. Don't break the new nails. Let's see what comes in our paint by. Coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes. It comes with paper, instructions, and you know we toss instructions, reference picture, or what some would call something to mock you in the end, and then more, for whatever reason, package, and wow, numbers so tiny, how effing dare you? Okay, do you even see a number? See those things that look like bugs crawling across the page? They are numbers, clearly not made for 50-plus-year-old eyes. How very dare. And a set of, there's the paint. We have brushes. And a set of brushes. So there are the tools of the trade. See how that'll work out. It looks like mold. It absolutely does. Listen, my magnifying glasses are right here. Regular, no line, progressive, yeah. So, and then when you're done, a way to show everyone else what you've done. Okay, let's get that and that blank piece of paper, which probably was a protective thing. And this guy, and that guy. And roll your boat gently up the stream. Get back in there. We'll put that guy in there too. There's nothing in there, so why don't you, there we go. And that world to go back in there, and it probably won't come back out for another year. Because then, oh, don't do that to me. Whoa, avalanche. Then I have this art, which is like a diamond art. So diamond art is kind of, you have these little pellet thingies. You pick them up with that little doohickey thingy, and then you stick it onto the canvas, and you end up with this kind of 3D art with these little oh, that's just the levels, with these little bead-like things, and it's a beautiful picture. I probably would have liked to draw it more than diamond art it. I hope we're picking up what's falling. Yeah? In the sink? Awesome. Yes, so you dip into the thing, you have the dot, and you dazzle. And I don't know how long I've had this. Beginner for all levels, and doesn't give an age. Oh, there's the full. It'll be at an angle because of my table. That's the full picture. So cute. So I could see that, being very lovely. Maybe I'll do that. This looks like it will take a few hours. Maybe in the instructions inside, it'll give you an idea of how long it takes to do that. So I love that. And then I like to do, because I am a crafter, I used to make these, and I'm going to make a bunch of these again. So I take old boxes of things, you know, it came in the packaging, and repurpose it. So with these were Valentine's Day. I made them in this size. I made them in these tiny sizes. And then I would cut like, it's not tissue paper, crepe paper, streamers, like the paper for streamers. And I cut it into little pieces and you glue it onto the thing. And I did them in different colors. Imagine it was the same. I would put them like together and you would have like little, and I would put them on paper straws. So it would be like this on a paper straw. And I used to sell things like that at my elementary school sales for Valentine's Day, and it'd be a cute thing that I wouldn't charge very much, maybe $4. I mean, was there $4 worth of effort in it? Yes. But for the little kids to have something cute to give their mom or give their grandma for Valentine's Day, or I would add them as like a point of interest in a candy cup, you know, when you put them on the skewers, and then put the candies on the skewers and you do like a whole thing. So I would do that. And then I also put them on, I also would put them on cards, on little cards. Where is like, okay. You see all my craft. I mean, you're in my craft corner, so all my craft, right? I would put them on. Oh, I will be cleaning my craft corner. Tomorrow is craft corner day. This was not a finished one, but I would put it on a card. So I have it like in an ombre. That was the little ones. This one has seen better days and was not sold. And it wasn't like, after I do it, then you give it a haircut. So this shape is what you need it to be. But it's just you buy the blank cards, you know, Michael's or whatever, and then it's just a gold paper that you cut to be the thing, and then glue the little heart guy with the crepe paper, streamer paper, cut in little squares and glued on, and cute, you know, it gives them like a little blank card to give out. I should clean this one up and let it find a home. Why should it be lonely? I feel like it's so lonely. This was so enjoyable also. It was work. It's work. You know, so even that little snip, as you kind of trim it up, and then it'll look like it's supposed to. Who's playing my sound? Dun, 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 dun. Can't touch this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Can't touch this. I'm a crafts girl. I like crafts, which I can totally join in. I work with my hands. I like my nails to stay short because I work with my hands a lot. So that's another project, part of one of my cleaning up. And then I saw this thing about how you roll up. You do these rolled flowers, and then you would put them on sticks, and then you could do like you could do a bouquet, like you do the bouquet flowers, or you do the box of flowers. So cute. So I have a whole bunch of that, and then I'm like a crazy washi girl. So I have like listen, that's not even I can't even get to it. I have a ridiculous amount of washi, and then I love the stickers for the planner books. And I also like sometimes make my own planners with the great you get those book of papers, and then I laminate them and cut them for those machines so that you can just pull the pages and the discs. And I have to get rid of some of my crafts, so just imagine I did that, and I did the lotions, and I did the body oils, and the bath bombs, and you can't do it all. You love to do it, you can't do it all. I have to stop watching YouTube for crafts, because the minute I see something, something in my brain says, you could do that, you can make that, you can. Listen, it's not a challenge. Every time I see something, not a challenge. Look, leave it alone. And I have a problem with the leave it alone part. So I also have like cups that I would do. I did my friend's wedding. I made like the centerpieces when she had her wedding at home during COVID, and I did like the glitter backdrop and like some graduated cylinders with her white and silver theme around them, and a Mr. and Mrs. sign that had the white and silver glitter on it. Crafts and crafts and crafts and crafts and crafts and crafts and crafts. Enjoyable. And of course I've got a Cricut. I mean, any crafter worth their... I have a Cricut mini, like the teeny tiny one, which is just enough to get me in trouble. And then I also have the pens for the Cricut, but I bought the pens and then I didn't really do anything with them. Probably best, because that's just another rabbit hole to go down. And for the moment, there's the crafting tour. My craft office needs an overhaul in the most serious way. The Cricut has been for over a year. Yeah. Ooh. Nice. Well, we look forward to seeing anything you care to share when it all happens. I know with the best of plans, I had so much planned to do, and then the timeline is not what I would like it to be. Like, I have another little kitty cat that I wanted to crochet with their little fish bag. I'm looking forward to making a little fish bag more than the cat. And then I was gonna make my own Labubu. I was gonna crochet my own Labubu, and with all the Labubu heists that have been going on, probably best I just make my own little Labubu, and that'll satisfy me with the Boo Boo Mania. Yeah, well, I look forward to seeing what you're working on. Drop it in Discord, or Immortals Discord or something. Or whatever Discord you might be on Steggy's Discord. And share, or on Life's Discord. And find the time, because we love to create things and then we don't make that time for ourselves, and it's a very peaceful feeling process. Oh, well, Life has a good one. It's VR heavy, but great community of people. And I have one which is under my description here on Twitch. I post on it, but not a lot of people are on mine, so that's why I say, like, Steggy's, I think, is listed under his name, but Life has one, and I post on his, and I check his, and I get pinged from his. So Life is definitely a good call, and probably in his description also. All right. I don't know if anybody, and as I look here, I think I can't see. Oh, I can go into Stream Manager. So let's go into Stream Manager. Ooh, in Stream Manager, I can hear myself. That's interesting. And now I see, I'm going to post my naughty jokes and Ooh, I'm going to go check that out. Thanks for the heads up. Wonderful. I usually like to... Oh, you could do predictions there. You can do... Look at all how much... I mean, it's gotten fancy what you can do on the phone. Interesting. I don't think anybody that I know is really streaming at the moment, so I'm probably just gonna call it quits. But thank you for hanging out with me. And we don't need to listen to the commercial for Lidl in the background. We can just close that down. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. I'm gonna feed the boy, and it's 8:30 local time. I might get into some more trouble after I finish feeding the boy. Turn on the AC. I really thought it was going to cool off more, but there's like zero air movement in my house. So, and I don't have, in this room, it's so weird. I don't have anything in the ceiling. I don't have ceiling fan. I don't have ceiling lights. Everything is lamps. And so I don't have a ceiling fan. Well, my other rooms have ceiling fans, just not the living room. And a fan just does so much to move the air around. It makes a big difference. Oh, is Segi on? Oh, okay. Awesome. Could you drop his, I always spell his name wrong. Could you put the link in my chat, and then I can copy it to raid him? Thank you. Stegalosaurus. So /raid. As you watch me type. Steg LA Sparkle is a winner. Yes. I mean, now it already LASAU. So much easier on a computer. It's like, did we get that right? Woohoo! Thank you, everyone. 6 seconds for let's go and annoy the Steggy. Woo, woo. We get lewd. Thank you for hanging out with me and my randomest of random chat. We will get together again. Mwah, 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 mwah. Woo! Woo! Bye. Raid now. Bye. Did it do it? Or did it not do it?